Hello everybody, it's Quine Quemne here, and all of the RuneScape and the RuneScape YouTube communities are abuzz about the free trade and the old wilderness coming back. Now, everyone is wondering, is JaGeX fucking with us? I'm going to tell you no, they are not fucking with you. And I will give you my thoughts why through this. Most of you aren't thinking in a business perspective. Now, if this were me, I would have no problem in the world fucking with you guys and saying, hey, free trade and the old wild are coming back. I would have no problem with that. But JaGeX is a company. They make money off of you. Why would they intentionally try to piss you off or to fuck with you? Why would they intentionally do that? I know they did that, back in 2007 when they removed it for the first time. I know they did it then, but they weren't trying to fuck with you. They were trying to stop real-world trading, which they did it. They did a very poor move there. They thought too rashly. They did it too quick. There are a lot of things that they could have done to stop it, other than just removing free trade and the old wilderness system altogether. They didn't have to do that, but that's been beaten to death so many times. I've actually got some good ideas on how this could actually work. Now, I hope to God that they do not bring this to every single person in every single world. Here's my thoughts why. Real world trading will come back with a fucking vengeance. Just like herpes, it does not go away. It will come back to haunt you. So, you can't give everybody the right to free trade and to use the old wilderness system. You can't give that to everybody. I say make 20 worlds, or 10, 20 worlds, so people who have an account that was created December 6, 2007 or earlier, only those accounts can get in there. And on top of that, they can't have any botting offenses, and they can't have any real-world trading offenses for obvious reasons. And give the people in that world not unlimited trade, but I would say maybe 50 to 100 mil a day. I think that sounds reasonable. I think that's very reasonable. It's a lot better than 240k an hour if you've got someone added for 4 months. Yeah, 240k an hour is the best you can do. So I think that's pretty good. Unlimited trade, definitely a no-no, even for the people who have old accounts. I know somebody who real world trades like a motherfucker. And I'm not going to be naming any names, but he had a little tissy fit not too long ago, and he's a buff-ass motherfucker. And it's not me. So, he real-world trades like a motherfucker. He doesn't tell anybody about it, and he lies about doing it. I don't have a problem with him doing it. I just have a problem with him lying about doing it. So we're gonna keep moving on this subject. Don't give everybody free trade. And I don't think most people in free-to-play should get it either. Probably, same thing in free-to-play. Any account made on December 6th or earlier, give them, but say instead of 50 to 100 mil, try about 20 to 40 mil, because free-to-play... Who the fuck has 20 to 40 mil in free-to-play unless you were a member or you just fucking merged or something? I don't know. Not many people in free-to-play have more than a couple mil. So, I think that's also reasonable. What else? I had a bunch of ideas. Also, for the worlds that you had the free trade in, obviously they're going to have the old PKing wilderness system back in, but PKing is so much different now. I think you should have some worlds where you don't let any weapons post God Wars dungeon and on. God swords, dragon claws, the spirit shields, prayers, the new curses, overloads, summoning, nothing from the God Wars dungeon on. You should have a few worlds like that. And then the rest of the worlds, it's fucking whatever you want to bring. I think that seems fair to me. But I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. So that sounds fair and reasonable to me. But I know people are going to find some way to abuse it, but you're always going to have people that are going to abuse the system. The most you can do is try to stop it, and I know JaGeX just doesn't have the manpower to stop all the real-world trading and all the botting and such, and I commend them for their efforts thus far. I know JaGeX likes to be a small company, so they don't want to hire anybody. They have the money, they just don't want to hire anybody because they like being a small company. I can understand that as well. Otherwise, they probably would have, and free trade wouldn't have been removed. But when they removed it the first time, that was a very rash decision. They could have tweaked it, just as I said a few minutes ago. Only certain people can do it. And obviously new players are going to be a little pissed, but say if they go every month that they go without getting a botting or a real-world trading offense, while actually logging in, at least a couple times a month, just so people don't make a mass amount of accounts, then, log on a year later. But, log on a few times a month, and obviously can't be level 3 with no stats. But, play it, and every month you go on, your trade limit rises. I think that would be fair. After 6 months without breaking any rules, you should be able to go into the old trade and wilderness worlds. I think that seems fair to me. So, there's a lot of things. If I sat down and wrote some shit out, I could have fucking fixed real world trading and botting, even though I'm part of the problem, but I don't intentionally go out there and try to affect prices. I just botted to get my stats up. I'm not real world trading or anything. I just wanted to have some fucking fun on a game. I just didn't want to train, so. And hell, if JaGeX asks me to, I will sit down here and I will brainstorm some ideas, because I've got off the top of my head that I just said a few minutes ago, those are some really good ideas that you could put into the game to make it better. But if I, sat here for like a day, I could come up with a lot more ideas, but I have not an incentive to do that, so I don't think I will. So I think that's all pretty fair. Give people who have old accounts no offenses related to real world trading. Let them have more lenient trades. Definitely not free trade. I don't think anybody should ever get free trade again just because it's too easy to abuse. It's far too easy to abuse, and just with the trade limit, you should put a cap on how much you can PK per day. Like 50 to 100 mil PK per day. You're lucky if you PK that much a day. I'll tell you that. So, I want to know your guys' thoughts on this, whether it be good or bad. Obviously, JaGeX has already made up their mind. They're not fucking with us. They are going to bring it back. So, saying, I don't want this to come back, leave it the way it is. Shut the fuck up. Things are going to change. So, you can't be a little fucking conservative RuneScapian. Things going to change. Gotta learn to be a little more liberal. Yes. So, I don't want to hear no bitching about this shouldn't be in here at all. It's I have a fucking master's degree in business and this and this and this and that, and I suck cocks, disregard everything I say. So, I don't want to hear none of that. I want to hear some actual good criticism on what I've said, and maybe some of your ideas, because who knows, maybe JaGeX will watch this video. We will see. So that's all I have to say. I will talk to you guys later. Love, John.